Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of MugAndPlay. I am Nick. We're playing more MonsterCon because I just couldn't let it go. Because last time we were trying to romance April 1st, the clown girl character, but a very close second, and like I said in the last playthrough, if I would go through it again, I would go with this character right here, Zoe the Eldritch Horror. So let's say we play around again and see if we can actually succeed at this game, which it's surprisingly tough. So let's pick our music again. Again, I think I'm gonna go with retro just because I dig it. I love this music. SpookyCon. For some, it was just a nerdy convention, but for us, it was 4 days to celebrate our many passions and obsessions fiercely and unapologetically. And we weren't alone. Regardless of what you loved, you could always find people who'd make you feel seen and understood. Anywhere else, we might have been seen as weirdos and misfits, but here we could finally feel like no matter who we were, we belonged. Alright. And look at all these DLC characters that we can't pick, because I don't have the DLC. So, I'm gonna go with my tried and true, not Vicky. Custom name, always Muggy. And, go with a they, because why they not? Because why not? But as dreamy as SpookyCon was, it also came with its own set of pressures, some of which we already knew so well. At the end of those 4 days, the after-party loomed over our heads, posing that one evergreen question, would we get a date for that night? As uncertainty plagued our hearts, we couldn't help but think of the 6 hottest nerds at the con.
Cool.
Zoe, an Eldritch cutie who went from the endless deity and harbinger of destruction to author of the renowned fanfic Liam Prom, which is who we're gonna go after. So we gotta remember, we gotta think like a fanfic writer. So, go full perverted. Liam de Lioncourt, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid the fact that he was truly a lovable dork. Doug Campbell, a kind-hearted slime that was incredibly broke from supporting all the fandoms he loved, also known as a former Artist Alley person, best customer, favorite customer. Omen, an evil overlord who was recently freed from imprisonment in exchange for giving up her passion for stabbing people. It's like, what, you wouldn't tell a bird to stop singing.
I have the perfect cosplay for that.
Nico Sharp, an over-the-top mimic who preferred cosplay over shapeshifting, even if they weren't the best at getting into character. And April 1st, a clown idol who was contractually obligated to bottle up all of her non-camera ready emotions inside cute mascots. Had to be one of them, but who? This one. Yeah! We had 4 days to gather some courage and shoot our shot. What was the worst that could happen? Being rejected and alone the rest of our lives? Yeah. We had our fair share of love and rejection. This surely wasn't our first rodeo. And as we had grown to know ourselves better, we realized we felt more confident. Alright. Again, think like a perverted fanfic writer. Unlock your inner DeviantArt meets AO3 meets early years of Tumblr. Drunken karaoke, dungeon low-level monsters, anime opening playlists, maybe, world domination, idol choreographies, ultra-layered memes, possibly, anime fashion, fighting in the shipping wars. I'm gonna go with that one. Strategies and tricks for claw machines, correcting other people, evil lair interior design, or Garfield x Naruto. That's definitely one. I'm gonna go with ultra layered memes. Something that only chronically online people would get. Like that one time I had to look up what a soy jack was because somebody called me that, and I didn't know what that was. But you know what I do know what? Besides grammar? What grass feels like. Springy. Choose your top 3 favorite fighting game character archetypes. Sexy demon lady. I'm gonna go with punchy girl. And this guy or gal, this person seems quite mysterious. So I imagine the Rule 34 people probably going nuts for that. We weren't new to all of this, so this time we challenged ourselves with a goal other than finding love. With the support of Zoe and Liam, we decided to take on a project we've been putting off for far too long.
I have too many ideas.
making our own comic. We had so many ideas and yet always found excuses not to work on them. The con was the perfect setting to find inspiration and go for it. Oh, that's right, and we can do different genres now. Shonen, romance, space? I think sci-fi. I think that's what that is. I'm gonna go with sci-fi. I was gonna go anime, but I feel like, I don't know. The fear of failure had stopped us for too long, but then we reminded ourselves of the one thing that always kept us going. That we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start! Alright.
Let's stick to the schedule.
Alright, so let's go to the main stage. You sit down to watch a panel on how to break the ice and make friends at cons. The panelist admits they have no idea. They hoped hosting a panel would force them into being more social. What an honest fella. During the Q&A, a group asked the panelists if they want to join them for some dinner and drinks. It did work! You gained 2 smarts for learning this cool trick to break the ice. Next year, you may host a panel yourself. You must have dozed off during the panel because you wake up in the middle of Liam Prom cosplay contest. Liam and Zoe are chatting with Nico on the sidelines. So, which Liam are you cosplaying? Cartographer Liam? Brooding anti-hero Liam? Liam with a septum ring? I went with classic Liam. What do you think? I love that they're right next to each other. It's like looking into a kind of flattering but kind of insulting mirror. Wow, that's impressive. Where'd you get such an accurate costume? I found it in Liam's suitcase. It was real nice of him to pack a classic Liam cosplay just for me. I'm pretty sure those are just my clothes. Even better, because I gotta get deep into character to win this. I need to be the best Liam I can be. Alright, that sounded like you were just trying to flirt with Liam yourself. I was like, I need to get deep into this character for a role. Then you must embody the spirit of my aloof artistry. I can read. Beautifully tortured by an unaesthetic world. And show cleavage! Yeah, how much cleavage? All the cleavage! God, she's got sparks and eyes. See, this is what I mean when I said pervert. Whether it's because they show cleavage or because they're wearing Liam's actual clothes, Nico wins the Liam Prom cosplay contest. Woohoo! Congrats, Nico. You were the most Liam to ever Liam.
I am Liam!
Of course I was. I am the most Liam who has ever Liamed. What an ironic idiosyncrasy it would have been for me to lose such a contest. What? You misunderstand me? How passé. Only the one true Liam could understand his own superior jargon. You must be some inferior poseur. Oh no, I've seen this before. Nico's gone too deep into character. They think they're really Liam. Better snap them out of it. This game can only take so much Liam. Challenge Nico to define anti-disestablishmentarianism. Well, Liam owes me $100. Yeah, the real Liam would pay up. Liam who? There, see? That's all it takes to break you out of character? Yep, the art of cosplay is priceless, but I am not. It's okay, Nico. It wasn't you who failed to cosplay as Liam. It was your bank account that failed to cosplay as Liam's bank account. I'm glad I'm not that Nico. I mean, I wouldn't mind having, you know, some of this muscle tone, but other than that, yeah, let's go with that. As long as you're yourself again, I'll take it. Some Liam cosplay is flattering, but even I think there can be too much of me. Ha 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 ha! Hee hee! Okay, but are you paying me back or what, Liam? It's like, for real though, you owe me $100, pay up. Ugh, fine. He gives you $100, even though you 100% made that up to break Nico out of character. Nice. You gain 2 boldness but lose 2 smarts. What are you talking about? That was bold and smart. Whatever.
I know the map by heart.
Well, then, let's check out the merch hall. Near the merch hall, you find a gacha shop. You put in a coin and you get a real buff duck. Random, but cool. You put in another coin. You open the gacha and there's a letter? Please help us. We buff ducks were imprisoned in the balls by the gacha monster centuries ago. It all began when... And you're already bored. What? This talks? Whatever. You get another gacha ball, and it's another buff duck. Cool, take 2 charm. You're investigating the horniest corners of Artist Alley when you happen upon Liam's yaoi stand.
Greetings, my fellow congoers.
Ah, hello. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you all supporting my art. Your art? You mean you created all this? Yes, yaoi's my passion. I invested over 10,000 hours into perfecting my craft. Take that, Malcolm Gladwell. But you didn't start drawing yaoi until last year. The numbers don't add up. Once again, math rears its ugly head to sabotage the beauty of art. You spent a 10,000 hour year on this stupid hobby? How far you have fallen. Ouch. Also, yeah, your math ain't mathin' either. I know of your past, Liam. You used to be Angelus, ruler of the dark side. You subjugated millions. You nearly conquered the world. I know, but I'm not Angelus anymore. I don't enjoy reminiscing on my dark past. Dark past? You mean your glorious past? I looked up to you. You were once one of the biggest threats to our reality, and now you draw penises for fun? It's maddening. I'm maddened. Who gets mad looking at a drawn-on wiener? They're hilarious. But Omen, look at these butts. They're worth 1,000 conquered empires. Are they, Zoe? Are they? Zoe's just like, yes. You know, even if you don't care for yaoi, there are plenty of hobbies that could take even your mind off of murder and destruction. What about Yuri? Why would I want to do that? Because you're in the Redemption Arc program, and as your sponsor, I'm making this mandatory. Gang, we're getting Omen a hobby. That'll be tough, but you love a challenge. What hobby would Omen enjoy more than killing people? Get her into sewing. It's like stabbing fabric repeatedly. That is true. I have seen cross-stitch patterns that just say, I made this just so I could stab something 3,000 times. Reptile care. Omen can probably relate to cold-blooded creatures, and this is a perfect excuse for you to get to pet an iguana. That's true. You know what? Why don't you try stabbing? I don't know. Are you trying to trick me by using violence? Only a little. Shit, she's onto us. No! Look at this cool tiny sword. We call it a needle.
Stop this nonsense now.
I may be old, Muggy, but even in my time we had needles. Okay, think of it this way. Redemption Arc program establishes that you should stop stabbing people, right? It's more of a case-by-case basis, but for the most part, yes. No, Zoe, stabbing is always wrong. Never deal in absolutes. You make me want to... You make me want to stab stuff, Liam. And by stuff, I mean your face. Use that. Imagine this piece of purple fabric is Liam's face and stab it with a needle. Oh, now that sounds interesting. Omen stabs the fabric repeatedly. Die, Liam. I'll stab you into an insufferable, beautiful sweater. Ah, you channeled Omen's desire to stab Liam into a healthy outlet. Genius. Guess I'll take a win where I can get it. You gain 2 boldness and lose 2 charm for introducing Omen to the wonderful hobby of fabric stabbing. I mean sewing.
Finally, my turn.
Alright, we gotta get that creativity up. Let's go to the lobby. You're roaming the con lobby when you notice a streamer right in front of you. You turn around to avoid the camera, but there's another streamer right behind you. You're caught in a streamer crossfire. No, you never cross the streams! That's a joke. You're technically in 2 places at once. You feel imbued by the power of omnipresence, or at least, you know, by presence. Hey, whatever. Send all the buys my way. Then one of the streamers leaves, so you're just a rando in the background. Still, you've experienced twice the power of any mortal, which gives you +2 boldness. You, Liam, Zoe, and Nico were supposed to meet up in the lobby to go to a panel together, but you can't find Nico anywhere. You decide to call them. Yo, what's up, Muggy? Are you with Zoe and Liam? Yup, and we're looking for your goofy ass. Where are you at? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm in the lobby, or maybe the merch hall, or the bathroom or something.
What?
How do you not know? Are you lost? A wizard is never lost. He's precisely where he means to be, even if he doesn't know exactly where that is. I feel like I have said something to that effect, because I do occasionally refer to myself as a wizard. Usually if I'm late somewhere and someone's like, you're late, and I'm like, a wizard is never late. He always shows up right when he needs to. You should know that by now. We'll find you. What do you see? I see 4 walls and some carpet? Alright, so you're in a... That rules out the bathroom. Only a psycho would carpet a bathroom. Yeah, I've met people who... They didn't carpet their bathroom, but their bathroom came with carpet, and they're like, what psycho did this? I've met 2 people, and they live kind of near each other, too. So maybe it was made by the same... I don't know. Maybe there's just a psycho in Beaverton, Oregon designing houses. Can you identify any landmarks that will actually help us find you? I see a dog wearing a funny hat. Aw, how cute. What kind of dog is it? I think it's a Pomeranian, or maybe a Chihuahua. I can go ask. Oh, I love tiny dogs. Please do.
Stop it.
No, stay on task, you two. Hello, little fella. Are you Pomeranian or Chihuahua? And where'd you get your stylish hat? You'll never find them at this rate. Might be easier for you 3 to find a landmark that Nico can meet you at, but what could that be? Build a 12-foot marble statue in your likeness. Nico knows what you look like, making this a very recognizable meeting point. Or start a fire. A big fire would be very easy to see from a distance, especially indoors. Yeah, because, I mean, I don't have a 12-foot marble slab, nor the time to construct that. But anybody can make a fire.
Nope.
Counterpoint, let's not light a fire indoors. Or... what if, now hear me out, we did. But Muggy's logic makes sense. Indoor fires are really easy to spot. They're also a huge safety hazard. Well, Liam, no plan is perfect. Besides, I already started the fire. I love that. I love her. You'd guessed as much from the fire alarm and screaming people. And now we wait. Remind me, how flammable are our bodies? I'm still getting used to this whole mortal realm thing. Extremely, but that's only if you're careless. I found you guys! What's with all the fire? Well, how else would you have found us? Wait, nobody told you to meet us by the fire? Why would you walk toward a fire in a burning building? I thought I could help. A true wizard is immune to elemental damage. Ow, ow, ow! I got an ember in my beard! Oh no. Well, hey, problem solved. We found Nico. Yes, and it only cost us several people dying in a fire. Well, hey, this is a true trolley problem, you know? Those problems that don't have a clear solution, so you have to make a tough choice? Right, of course. Kill innocents with fire or take more time to find Nico. Truly an unsolvable conundrum. Hey! Your time on this earth is limited. Excuse me. Sorry, I burped. It wasn't unsolvable, we just solved it. Ah, Liam, so adorable yet so dumb. You're almost late to the panel because you had to stomp Nico's flaming beard out, but the fire trucks blocking all the traffic help you get to the main stage on time. You gain 2 boldness and lose 2 creativity. Ah, shit, I think we need to get creativity. Alright, let's go to the hotel. Since you have some time off, you decide to hone your drawing skills by drawing some fan art. You draw Son Goku, but you give him boobs. What a creative reinterpretation. Then you draw Splash Kaboom with a twist. You add boobs and name it Splash Kaboobs. You're on a roll. Finally, you draw Misato from Evangelion. You turn her into a green-skinned biomechanical symbiote and make her blonde. And you also give her a second pair of boobs. You deserve 2 creativity for your successful boob storming. Yes! Boob storming. Sometime later, you're in the hotel bathroom giving your remaining shirts the sniff test when you hear Liam grumbling in the other room. Damn it, have any of you seen my keys? I could have sworn I left them on the nightstand. Poor Liam, yet another victim of faulty witness testimony. All clues pointed to the keys not being on the nightstand, and yet he went on insisting. I couldn't bring myself to put more doubt in his fragile mind, even if his memory had more holes than a wedge of Swiss cheese. Sorry, I don't know where your keys could be. Nico, is your magnifying glass up to the task of finding them? Of course, this detective has stumbled home from enough late-night benders to know how to follow the clues to a set of missing keys. Yeah. Also, I like that, much like at any convention, any weapons have to have the orange tip like this right here to show that it is indeed a prop and not real. Sweet, what clues do you have so far? Well, has our prime suspect here retracted his steps yet? Yes, of course. Wait, what do you mean prime suspect? You were the last to be in possession of the keys, weren't you? How did we know you didn't lose them on purpose to hide some shady deeds? Ooh, Liam, have you been getting up to some spicy business in the hotel room you didn't want us to find out about? No, I obviously didn't lose the keys on purpose. You better solve this mystery before Liam blows a gasket. How can you find the missing keys? You gotta trust the noir detective method. Go to the hotel bar, get drunk, maybe start a fight. It'll help the process somehow, or solve this mystery the same way badly written detective movies do. Cast a spell that conjures a flashback with voiceover narration for convenient exposition. Yeah, but if you do that, you can't go to the hotel bar and get drunk. So let's go to the hotel bar and get drunk, why not? Why on earth would that bring us any closer to finding the keys?
I could have a drink.
Trust the process, my friend. We could have a drunk epiphany, fight a thief who becomes important later, meet a sultry woman who has a cryptic clue. I'm into all of these things. Let's hit the bar. Sometime later. Woo! Another round over here. OMG, do you want to do karaoke after this? We don't have time for that. We're supposed to be finding my keys. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot. Which phase of the plan are we on now? Bar fight time? Can it be bar fight time? I really don't think getting into a fight is a necessary or a good idea. False, of course. What a fool he was. Poor, sweet, naive Liam. So blind to the seedy ways of the world. You know I can hear you, right? Of course. The point of noir narration is everyone can hear me. How else are you supposed to get exposition?
Fight time!
I can't wait anymore! Bar fight time! Nico punches a nearby patron. The patron throws his stool at Nico. I hope you're talking about the one you were sitting on and not just a handful. That's one hell of a bar fight. Zoe summons horrific tentacles out of the ground to throw people around. Fight! You're in the thick of it, losing teeth as fast as you can punch them out of other people's mouths when Nico reaches into their pocket to pull out their fake pistol.
No, I think I
Whoa! I just found the keys! I must have grabbed them earlier and forgot. These trench coats, so many pockets, you know? You seriously couldn't have realized that before I got punched several times? Oh wait, yes, I totally could have, but just chose not to. Guess that means the fight's over. Sorry guys, we're done. We found the keys. The patrons are so confused that they let you go without any stab wounds. Nice, you gain 2 fun and lose 2 smarts. Well, whatever. At least I know how to have fun. Let's get some fresh air.
Look at all those food trucks!
Yeah, alright. Well, let's sit here with Nico and Zoe. And who do you want to sit with? Zoe. Watch a movie, board game night, or go out to dinner. This has 3 spicies, so let's do that. Let's let her know that, like, I want to spice things up with you, little Eldritch cutie. You and Zoe go out to a fancy restaurant. You decide to do the romantic cliche and split a milkshake with 2 straws. You can do that cute thing where you look into each other's eyes while you drink. Zoe thanks you for the milkshake, and then uses the second straw to drink with her leg mouth as well. Huh. I didn't know you could do that. I'm as intrigued as I am horrified. But this gives you an unexpectedly good view of her butt, so you're not going to complain. Oh my. Definitely not going to complain. Day 2.
I have too many ideas.
Alright, you dive into comic work again. You're excited, since the other day you had an idea for a kick-ass new character. You gotta admit this character is secretly based on a friend of yours. Oh, is it? So you first give them a call to check if they're okay with you using their likeness. What's a job from the distant future you wish you could have? Captcha designer? Keeper of the planet Jupiter's darkest secret? World's leading expert in the number 6? Or Shrek movie tester? Oh, duh, Shrek movie tester. I gotta see if they're all as good as the first, which I assume they all are. I've only seen the first 2. Alright, you won $10 million, but you have to spend it in the next 5 minutes. Quick, spend them! Buy the rights to the letter W. That would be a big win. And I would own the rights to the phrase W. Spend it all on Tetris microtransactions and cosmetics. Yeah. How convenient. Send it to that financially destitute prince who emailed you 2 months ago, or time to fulfill your dream of becoming a saxophone player. Of all of these, I think I'm gonna buy the rights to the letter W, and then every time someone ooh-woos, they owe me $50. Yeah. Our creativity went down. We gotta fix that.
Finally, my turn.
Let's go. Let's just check out the hotel first. You're chilling in your hotel room when suddenly a man dressed as a rat breaks in. He runs around while yelling, "I am the rat! I am the rat! Look at me, the rat!" And then he leaves as confusingly as he came. You call reception to complain. Ah, yes, that. It happens sometimes. Apologies, my... Oh, it's Mux instead of like Miss. Okay. You could just call me Captain. That's a gender-neutral term. Apologies, Captain. We can compensate you with +2 creativity. Alright. Fuck it, you'll take that. Nice. You hear a group of angry protesters chanting outside the con. You, Zoe, Liam, and Doug get closer because your nosiness knows no bounds. Oh yeah. Any sort of scuffle or kerfuffle at a convention, oh my god, it is better than Springer. Better than Springer ever was. Weebs, nerds, got back to your herd. Nerds, weebs, we don't want you here. What's going on here?
Dear viewers, we stand in front of the MonsterCon, which has attracted a considerable number of self-proclaimed nerds to our city. Several concerned citizens have come out into the streets protesting about the dangers that these strange creatures pose to our society.
Who are you calling strange creature? I am merely a centuries-old vampire with occasional shape-shifting abilities. What, you can't do that?
I'm sorry if I offended you. I merely state the facts as I get them, and got them from the protesters first.
Alright, well, they don't know what they're talking about. And also, I'm sorry if I offended you is not an apology. Well, those facts are a load of crap. I may have several mouths and a reality-destroying powers, but I'm not dangerous. That's not true, a demonstrator interrupts. Nerds will end society as we know it. According to the blogs I read, they never have sex. Those are only written by the nerds who can't get laid. Some of us do. Yeah, some. Well, that's even worse, because you're gonna fill the world with nerd babies! Pretty soon the entire population will look weird like you. And?
Interesting. Tell me more about this nerd replacement theory.
If you keep writing bullshit, I'm gonna replace you. Ooh. See? She's threatening you with violence! Never mind, Zoe. It's pointless to try to convince them. We can only fight against this pack of lies with even more persuasive lies. Oh, Muggy's an expert in making up facts. Go ahead, show them. Clearly so are you. Fandom culture has produced more art and fiction in the last 10 years than the 18th and 19th centuries combined. Weebs and nerds are uniquely good at taming tarantulas. They're the only thing standing between us and a tarantula-controlled society. I mean, that's true. Some nerds are, into entomology. Not to be confused with etymology. Getting those two mixed up bugs me beyond words. Anyway, let's go with the one with spiders.
Now that is interesting. Tell me, big nerdy fellow, what makes people like you so good at dealing with tarantulas?
And we're good because of the sweat, obviously. Nerds' nervous sweat releases pheromones that are soothing to tarantulas. Yeah, duh.
Really?
I don't know how you made it this far in life not knowing that. Of course, we could do a demonstration if there was a tarantula here, but alas. Don't worry, I got one. Zoe pulls a tarantula out of her pocket. The protesters start running around, screaming. Come on, Doug, tame that tarantula.
What?
How am I supposed to do that? I'm way too nervous. According to Liam, that's step number 1. Come on, give it instructions. Okay, I don't know. Sit? The tarantula immediately jumps onto a protester's face and bites them.
As much as I like to twist the facts to make my article more interesting, this looks fake. The spider didn't do what your friend said.
Obviously, the spider couldn't just sit there and watch all those protesters demonstrating against Doug.
That makes sense.
That makes sense, says the protester with a tarantula on her face. I was demonstrating the hardest, and the spider bit me. Well, now you know what will happen to all of you if there is no nerds around. You can start thanking Doug or we'll unleash the tarantulas. Thank you, Doug, King of Tarantulas, says the protester meekly.
I am also in debt with you. This is journalistic gold.
Yes, you dissolve the demonstration and save the day. You lose 2 creativity, damn it! But you gain 2 boldness and 1 pet tarantula.
The fun starts now.
Oh, I'm trying to get creativity. And it's like way low. We need it to be higher up. Alright, let's go to the artist alley. You find some teenagers selling their own fanzines. Aw, so cute. You check them out and they're awful. As far as you remember, you had better taste when you were their age. To show them how it's done, you make your own zine right in front of them. What a mentor. Leave it on their stand so they can sell it. They don't seem to like you, but that's awesome. That awesome zine you made, that's you two charm. Nice. You're perusing Artist Alley with Liam, Zoe, and Omen when you come upon an artist doing live commissions. Oh, cool. Will you draw me a picture of Susie the Battlecorn eating an apple? It's a fandom in-joke.
Nah.
What? Why not? Do you want me to explain the in-joke so you don't feel left out or something?
No, Susie the Battlecorn is just too simple. I've been drawing easy art all day. Can't you give me a real challenge?
Fine, you asked for it. Do you do hardcore NSFW? With a smirk, the artist draws a picture of Susie the Battlecorn in such a strangely contorted sex position, you're not even sure if she's the top or the bottom. That's quite the place to bring in non-Euclidean geometry. Whoa! You're kind of a douche, but I'll admit, you really can draw. I've been told that. You want a real challenge, you pathetic pencil pusher? Fine, draw me an owl. An owl? Yes, they are creatures of supreme beauty and poise. Surely no artist could capture their... The artist shoves a flawless drawing of an owl into Omen's hand. Damn, he's good. I've got something. Draw the moment the last vestiges of hope die in a man's eyes, leaving him a broken shell of a person. Alright. I'll just show you me after I do my taxes. It's a grown-up joke. In less than 60 seconds, the artist draws a picture that makes your stomach lurch with secondhand despair. Fuck! Looks like it's down to you, Muggy. Can you stump this master artist? Everyone says hands, fabric folds, and horses are the hardest things to draw, so commission a horse with hands for hooves, winning a wet t-shirt contest. Or commission 50 perfect replicas of a $100 bill. That seems smart, but not too creative. And I'm trying to get this creativity stat up. So, hands, fabric folds, and horses are the hardest things to draw, so commission a horse with hands for hooves, winning a wet t-shirt contest. I feel like this last part is the part that Zoe will like. So let's go with that. No, I'm not going to draw that. Why not? Scared? Scared of unleashing the artist within? Aha! You admit defeat then. I never said that I couldn't draw it. I just refused to. Therefore, breaking the sacred commission artist oath for shame! Actually, it's common for artists to refuse to draw some types of commissions. Really? I never do that when I'm taking commissions. Just because there's no low you won't stoop to doesn't mean the rest of us can't have boundaries, Zoe. Well, what are your absolutely won't draw this boundaries then? Trains. I refuse to draw trains. They know what they did. Left without me. Not since the incident. So you draw anything but trains? Would you draw a horse with hands for hooves winning a wet t-shirt contest? Yes, I suppose I would. Liam takes out a pencil and sketch pad and draws a freaky wet horse for your viewing pleasure. This looks great! Do you think you could draw another one like this with Susie the Battlecorn? Take that, you bastard! Liam is like 8 times the artist you are! Whatever. Today has been a win for superior artists and sexy horses. You gain 2 creativity for making such an elaborate request, but lose 2 boldness. Yes, I knew it! I knew I could do it. Let's go to... We haven't gone to the community zone yet. You decide to attend a round table on round tables. What a fascinating subject. You discuss the various circumferences of tables, rank building materials, and talk about famous knights that have sat around round tables of old. You also talk plenty of shit about square and rectangular tables. Fuck right angles! You gain 2 fun because circles are the most hilarious shape, am I right? Yeah. So does that make me a loser for having an L-shaped desk? Yeah, probably. Although I imagine some people are like, dude, it wasn't the desk. It was long before the desk. Which I got for free, by the way. Because I'm thrifty. Now it's time to enter the world of heroines with miniskirts and transformation sequences. You're attending a discussion on magical girl anime.
Senpai!
Ooh, okay. Alright. Nice. Ooh, the magical girl roundtable has begun. All of us love magical girls, right? Of course, it's a genre that both empowers women and gives us upskirt shots. Well, when you're right, you're right.
Zoe likey.
I like right as I had a burp, and I'm like, don't die on camera yet. Zoe's just like, Zoe likey. It makes my sense of feminism take a screenshot. True, and they're so relatable. They have mascots like me. Yeah, we've noticed. Liam senpai, what about you? Honestly, I think the whole magical girl trope is a little played out. You take that back! I will not. There are basically only two types of magical girl anime. One that copies Sailor Moon, the Sailor Moon formula, and the ones that try too hard to be edgy. Okay, and? What, you want more than that? Then surely you're willing to put your money where your mouth is and come up with something better? Of course. They should make a magical girl anime where, I mean... Muggy, you and I were just talking about this the other day. Muggy's like... Tell everyone about my amazing subversion of magical girl tropes. Please? Aw, how can you say no to such a pathetically cute request? Come up with a new twist on the magical girl genre. Oh, interesting. The next step from the magical girl is the logical one. The magical middle-aged woman with new unique tropes like magical soccer mom and magical MILF. Magical MILF? I don't hate that. There's one thing that has never been challenged in a magical girl anime. It's time for a magical girl who wears pants. I'm gonna stop you right there. I am all for anybody wearing anything that they want at any time for any reason. However, one of the things that Zoe just said she likes about the magical girl genre is the upskirt shots and the empowerment. So I'm gonna go with the one magical middle-aged woman with new unique tropes like magical soccer mom and magical MILF. I guarantee if you Google magical MILF, you'll find something. Yes, exactly. It's a reflection on how the passage of time is inescapable, even for magical girls. Do magical middle-aged women still fight evil? Yeah, but it's usually just by leaving negative Yelp reviews and like 2-star Amazon reviews. Because like you see the 1-star review and you're like, all right, that person is just a hater or they just got their thing broken and they were just mad. But 2 stars means you wanted to like it and you were let down. Think about it. When they can, it's hard to find time to save the world when you've got a full-time job, 2.5 kids, and a husband who won't even look at you during sex anymore. But beating up bad guys is the best part of being a magical girl. And also, if you're married to a magical girl and you don't look at them during that time, then she has every right to divorce you. And by divorce, I mean aim her magical wand at you and you just obliterate like Mr. Manhattan doing the hand thing at that one guy. You know what I'm talking about. Nonsense! There's plenty of fun things about being a magical middle-aged woman. 40 is the new 14! I fucking hope not, because I'm 39. And I don't want 40 to be the new 14. I want 40 to be the new, like, 33. I'm having more fun in my 30s than I ever did as a teenager or in my 20s. So I'm hoping 40s are just like that. Indeed, magical middle-aged women can enjoy getting day drunk on wine or having an affair with their children's soccer coach. His name is Adam and his hair is graying, but in a very sexy way. And don't worry, they still get to fight the incredibly annoying mom who derails every PTA meeting. Is that really as fun as fighting an evil monster and saving the world? Kind of. Like if she's being like a real Karen, then you get to be like, shut up, and she's like, okay. Feels pretty good. There's only one way to know, Nico, by testing it out. You all spend the rest of the day drinking wine, checking out older men, and crashing a PTA meeting. You even make some uppity bitch named Sharon cry. Yeah, Sharon, get it together. You were all right. Being a middle-aged woman is fun. You gain 2 smarts for devising such a mature twist on the genre, but lose 2 creativity. How is that not creative?
Yay!
I swear. Let's go to the main stage. Softer hard magic system. World building choices when making your magical girl story. More magical girl stuff. You decide to attend a panel on the merits of soft versus hard magic systems in a magical girl fiction. After getting the requested dick jokes out of the way, you actually learn a lot of valuable information about world building mechanics. You gain 2 smarts from all that knowledge and from learning so many new dick jokes. Alright. Later, you attend a panel being hosted by the creators of a little massively viral fanfic called Liam Prom.
Doug, con volunteer.
Thank you all for coming. I'm your moderator, Doug. I'm honored to introduce the creators of Liam Prom. They're also friends of mine. Can you believe it? I'm Zoe, the author of Liam Prom. Next to me is the inspiration behind K-pop star Liam, cartographer Liam, buff Liam, and countless other Liams. Thank you for having me. Just in case anyone was wondering, my name is Liam. Is it? I hadn't heard. Polite chuckle. So, let's get you right into it. As the original Liam, how does it feel to be the subject of such a sprawling saga?
Liam de Liancourt, Liam Prom Muse.
Well, I always had the nagging suspicion that I'd be someone's muse someday. I bet you didn't think that you'd be portrayed as a sexy panini press. No, I can't say I expected that. But in a way, I feel like being portrayed by a multitude of characters gives a better insight into my multifaceted personality.
World full of Liams.
Sure, and it gives me a chance to answer the eternal question, would a centaur Liam also wear a man bun? Who among us hasn't wondered that? As of now. The panel continues, and you learn more about fictional Liam tropes than you ever thought it was possible to know. While Zoe is dissecting buff Liam's diet and workout plan, you hear Doug whispering in your ear. Psst, Muggy, I'm about to open up the floor to audience questions, and I really want this panel to go well for Liam and Zoe. Could you go first and ask something insightful? Everyone always waits for somebody else to ask a question, and the initial silence is super awkward. Crap, he blew your usual strategy at panels. Come up with a good question for Liam and Zoe. Most of the action takes place in Liam Academy, but have you thought about how a universe of Liams would affect the economy and politics of this world? Or, of all the friends you could have written speculative fanfic about, why Liam? I feel like this one is getting a little too granular, whereas I feel like this one kind of opens you up to be like, why them? What makes them so dang special? Other than the obvious, that they're just a nice person. So yeah, let's ask.
What the hell?
What the hell, Muggy? Do you think I'm not good enough to be the subject of a speculative fanfiction? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Zoe, how many unworthy plebeians did you have to wade through before you arrived at the perfect protagonist of Liam? It's more like it. Good question, Muggy. I knew everyone would automatically love a world full of nice, likable Scots or traditionally uber-hot Damians, but a world full of Liams? Well, that's a whole nother story. Hey! But Liam's a challenge. He may not be everyone's first choice, but I know he'd become quite the acquired taste if I could do him justice. And I think, or at least I hope, that I did a good job. I will say, despite the offensive nature of this question, that Zoe is not incorrect. It's been nice working on this project with her. It's forced me to examine myself and my behaviors in a new light. It also allowed me to reimagine myself as an 18th century cartographer, which is somehow even more arousing than the experience of actually being one, so that's nice. I have to admit, when I first met Liam, I was kind of intimidated by his grumpy demeanor and no-nonsense suspenders. But Zoe's many portrayals of him in Liam Prom really helped me understand him. I'm glad I can call Liam Prom a must-read, and Liam a friend. Why, thank you, Doug. The pleasure of being your friend is all mine. And for the record, I've definitely gotten up to some nonsense in my suspenders. Ooh, spicy. You gain 2 boldness for your confident question, though you lose 2 smarts. Whatever. Whatever! Who needs smarts? It's shopping time! Welcome to my mystery shop, where fate does the choosing and you do the paying. Oh, why can't it be the other way around? Why can't I choose and somebody else pay. Dull Daniel does nothing. Stats. But now they're people. No, that made us dumb last time. Zodiac Thirst Cosmic Office. Includes a first selection of 6 out of the 12 star signs you can date on the acclaimed dating sim. These figurines are said to have non-slight effects on people's stats. Want to test your fortune? Yeah, let's go with Zodiac Thirst. What do we get? Yeah! Aries, Product Designer. Drain your own biggest stat and average all of your other stats. Oh, wait, this actually might work to my advantage. So now I'm not bold at all, but everything else went up. But that's what we wanted, though, because we want creativity to be up, I believe, with trying to win over Zoe. All right. Day 3. All right.
Art is so energizing.
We'll do these comic pages, and then we'll call it an episode. You feel a surge of creative inspiration and rush to work on your comic. What genius will your pen create today? Brainstorm and find out. All right. What is the one feature you always look for when you buy a robot from the robot store? A metal cock that also serves as a deadly projectile. Hey, that's form and function. The refined sense of humor so typical of robots. They're not really known for their sense of humor. Free internet access. Frugal, but may not be very good. Or a vast knowledge of flower symbology. I don't know if I'm looking for that in a robot. I think out of all of these, obviously it's going to be a metal cock that also serves as a deadly projectile. Where do you think we get the word shuttlecock from? What's a killer name for a cat? Saturn? Douglas, fearsome king of the moon. Nice. Sun's secret sweet caramel core. Or big mustard. That's it. Big mustard. Alright, was that time to get back to the con? Well, we will get back to the con. But we'll get back to the con next time on Mug and Play. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Oh my goodness, I just... did you hear my wrist cracking right there? Ooh. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. This game is even more fun the second time around. I hope you hit that subscribe button so you stick around for more, and you can hit the like button if you like what you just saw. It's a free and easy way to support the channel, tripping over my words, because I'm so grateful for you doing that. But yeah, stick around, and next time on MugAndPlay, we will conclude Monster Prom, and hopefully we'll have a date by the end of it. And if not, then we'll try wearing deodorant when we go to these things, but I'm kidding. Thank you so much. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Seriously, if you're going to a convention, wear deodorant. Okay, bye.